You won't believe what just happened. Tom Homan, the border czar, absolutely dismantled AOC live in front of millions, calling her out for what she's been doing. And trust me, she might have to answer for it. But that's not all. We've got even more to show you. First, let's take a look at how he tore her apart, piece by piece.
I read all these stories this week. Tom Homan insulted AOC. Well, look, it's not an insult if it's true. She says Homan has no game, he has nothing on me. Look, you can claim you're educating people according to their constitutional rights. I think she's a long ways away from being a constitutional scholar myself. Bottom line is, we know what the game is. You can claim you're educating people to their rights, but we know what the end game is. Try to tell people how to invade law enforcement. And we're talking about people who enter the country illegally, which is a crime, committed a violent act against a U.S. citizen, were ordered removed by a judge. We got members of Congress saying it's okay to educate them how to invade law enforcement. Look, we're not making this shit up. We're enforcing the laws enacted by Congress. And we're not going to apologize for it, not under this administration.
What an impactful speech from the man himself. AOC's attempt to mock Tom Homan ends here, because this is what victory looks like. But before we continue, let's take a moment to remind everyone where it all started.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is when every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father from his
Mr. Homan,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
For me, that silence in the room spoke volumes. And for those who don't know what Tom Homan has truly accomplished, the very things the woke media refuses to cover, just watch this video.
This morning, border czar Tom Homan announced that over the past 24 hours, only 229 illegals crossed over the entire southwest border, down from a high of more than 11,000 a day under Biden and Harris. This afternoon, Homan announced that interior ICE arrests have increased by a whopping 137% under Donald Trump, while arrests of illegals with criminal convictions and illegal alien gang members has more than doubled. The border has become so much more secure under Donald Trump that a migrant shelter in San Diego is now closed. They don't have any people going after receiving no new arrivals since Donald Trump took office. Still, some of the left are doing everything they can do to stop Donald Trump from cleaning up the border mess, including Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
This is truly shameful for the leftists to witness, as they refuse to confront facts like these. And for those wondering, AOC and Ilhan Omar are actually trying to teach people how to evade ICE using constitutional law. But Tom Homan's response to this is nothing short of hilarious.
So she wants to go out and say she's teaching people the constitutional rights. Yeah, you can call her that, but we all know what she's up to. She wants to tell these people how to invade arrest, how to evade ICE. And we still got child predators we're looking for in New York, in her district. People convicted of child sex crimes, people who've been convicted of rape. And she wants to say she's educating them in constitutional rights. We're trying to enforce the laws that Congress enacted. I believe she's a member of Congress. So if they're writing laws they don't want to enforce, I can think they got better things to do with their time. But as a member of Congress, you would think she'd want ICE to enforce the laws they enacted, that they appropriate us funding to do, and that's what we're trying to do, and she's making it more difficult and more dangerous.
God, I love this so much because she proves it every single day. And Tom Homan, he's a man of his word, calling them out without hesitation and not caring one bit about what the media says. Let me begin by saying,
Well, first of all, I think she's, I won't go after her on
Tom,
national
please
TV
do. Please do. Say what's on your mind. It's a holiday.
Look, she's the dumbest congresswoman ever elected to Congress, and she proves that every day. And look, bottom line is, I can't believe any member of Congress, Republican, Democrat, Independent, would want to educate criminal illegal aliens who are in the country illegally, been convicted of a violent crime, and have been ordered removed by an immigration judge after due process at great taxpayer expense. You got a congressman or congresswoman that does not want ICE to do the job that Congress has mandated them to do and funds them to do.
I'm sure the wokies will be furious, but just as he said, he doesn't care. And this isn't new. He's been fighting these people for years, standing his ground and saying the same thing right to their faces. Let me tell you, this video did not age well.
Start out by saying this: if I offend anybody today, I don't give a shit. Don't care. The media in the back room, I'm sure I'll be reading a lot of hit pieces on me tomorrow. I don't give a shit what you think about me. I get asked all the time, does it bother you? There's a big part of this country that hates your guts. I don't care. I don't care. Because we got a job to do. You know, I wake up every day for the last 4 years pissed off because the Biden administration took the most secure border in my lifetime and unsecured it on purpose. Right? I worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president I ever worked for took steps to secure the border. Even Clinton and Obama took steps to secure the border because they clearly understood you can't have national security without border security. They got it. Joe Biden's the first president in history of the nation who came into office and unsecured the border on purpose. So for 4 years, I wake up every day pissed off. That changed November 5th.
This is what it looks like when you're a true patriot who genuinely puts their country first. Honestly, I'd call him a man with both courage and conviction.
Would say that out loud. Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan, please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get me go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
And just like that, Great America is back. Drop your thoughts on Tom Homan in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Into sanctuary cities, game on, because Pam Bondi's back into place. And Kash Patel is back running the FBI. President Trump brought together one hell of a team, and every time I see one of these people get nominated and take their oath for office, I just get that much more excited. I'm afraid I'm going to have a heart attack one of these days because it just keeps getting better. Sanctuary cities are a sanctuary for criminals. I've read all these stories this week. Tom Homan insulted AOC. Well, look, it's not an insult if it's true. She says Homan has no game, he has nothing on me. Look, you can claim you're educating people according to her constitutional rights. I think she's a long ways away from being a constitutional scholar myself. Bottom line is, we know what the game is. You can claim you're educating people to their rights, but we know what the end game is. Try to tell people how to invade law enforcement. And we're talking about people who enter the country illegally, which is a crime, committed a violent act against a U.S. citizen, were ordered removed by a judge. We got members of Congress saying it's okay to educate them how to invade law enforcement. Look, we're not making this shit up. We're enforcing the laws enacted by Congress, and we're not going to apologize for it. Not under this administration. We got great governors out there. Governor Pritzker, you ain't one of them. I met with Governor DeSantis yesterday. You know what he's done? He's passed one of the strongest state immigration laws in this nation. Do you know it's a crime in the state of Arizona, in the state of Florida? It is a crime to enter the country illegally. He made his own state law. He has passed a law that he will fire any mayor or sheriff that doesn't help ICE enforce immigration law.